Hello, everybody. I know y'all are super like, what? 2 videos in less than 3 days? Yes. Hey, how are you guys doing? I hope you guys had an amazing weekend. Today is Monday, August the 15th. Oh my God, we're going through this month so fast, so quickly. This is crazy. But I kind of had something in my heart that I kind of wanted to share with you guys. And I don't think I've touched base on it, but I've never really shared it. So we're going to jump into it. Well, first of all, hi, I'm Indigo. Indigo's living her best life. And this one is going to be an EFT situation. So yeah, we're not talking about the VSG today. We are going to talk about the EFT. And what inspired this video today was Sharonda Usher. Yeah, she's one of my followers here. But on top of that, she has an amazing group, and because it's a long name, I have to read it off my paper. It is Women of Color, Donor Egg Embryo Recipient Warriors. It is a group that I am in on Facebook, and it's geared to us women of color who are going through the IVF, embryo donation, embryo transfer, all of our infertility issues. And I think it is amazing that she started this group. The group is very insightful, it's very helpful. It's women that look just like me who are going through this. So it gives you some kind of like touchstone, something that you can look at, put discussions up. It's a place where you can feel comfortable and confident discussing your issues and what's going on right now. And you know, some of the members are pregnant, just had their babies. There's a whole bunch going on in that group. So it's an amazing group. So if you guys want to check it out, it is a Facebook group. Once again, it's called Women of Color, Donor Egg Embryo Recipient Warriors. And it is on Facebook. And Miss Sharonda Usher is the admin of it. There's several other, but you know, she kind of put this together and facilitated it. And they do a lot of Zooms. They do a lot of everything, and it's so informational. But the reason for this today is Sharonda, she did a post the other day in regards to her stepdaughter and the relationship they have, and this, that, and the third, and blah, blah, blah. And I want to be honest with you guys. I was so apprehensive about doing donor eggs. Yes, my videos seem like that. Yeah. But believe me, there was a lot of soul searching, and there was a lot of, is this the right thing to do? I'm losing my side of the DNA, this, that, and the third, you know. It was just so complicated in my head. Now, what made it even worse for me, and I was scared that myself and my future child, because we didn't know what it was going to be at the time, would not bond the way we should bond. And let me tell you where my fears for that stemmed from. So as you all know, that I raised another little boy in my first marriage, and I stayed in that marriage for 15 years until that little boy was 18 years old, so that, you know, he would be an adult and he would still have my military medical benefits and he would still be taken care of. So I made those provisions, and I stopped my life a little bit to make sure that his life was going to be okay. Here was the issue with that. Our relationship was not the best. You know, I was not, you're not my mom, you're this, you're that, blah, blah, blah. Even though I made the sacrifices to be the best person I could, we don't to this day really talk. I'm proud of him. He's in the Army. He's doing everything he has to do, but he feels like I left his dad. He feels like, you know, I left him, I left his dad, and he has an issue with that. And of course, there's always two sides to every story. And that's something that I'm not getting into right now because that's not what we're here about. But I felt hurt. I felt the disconnect. I felt, you know, I made these concessions for you. I did this, and the bond was never there, even though I came in his life so young. I think that's what the problem was. He was so young. He was literally just coming out of the toddler stage, 3 years old, going to 4. I think he was 3.5 when I joined the picture. And to not have the connection I thought we would have had, you know, when he was younger, it was okay, great. But as he got into those 12, 13-year-old years, things did get kind of bumpy. And I don't know if he could see the turmoil that was in the household. I don't know. But it just got bumpy. And with that being said, I was so scared about doing embryo adoption because I was so scared that I would not be able to bond with the baby, that the baby and I would not bond. I was so anxious my pregnancy. There were so many fears, and people really don't talk about these fears. You talk about it beforehand. What if this? What if it don't look like me? What if this? What if my husband has more to do with it because his DNA is being used? Or, you know, my wife has more to do with it because her egg is being used in a sperm donor. I mean, there's so many different fears and there's so many different anxieties. But I'm not gonna lie to you, my plate was full because when I was 47 when I did the whole procedure. I was 47. I was overweight, high blood pressure, diabetes. They weren't the original embryos that I wanted. So, I mean, it was like crush, 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 blow, blow, blow. And then finally at the end of the day, it was like, once I did it, you know, and if you go back and look at that video of the day that I did the transfer, it's like, in my soul was like, did I settle? Did I just do this because I paid all this money and I'm already here? And did I just settle to do this? But in my heart, I knew I hadn't settled because honestly, those were the original embryos that we had chosen. So my baby Justice, those embryos were the original embryos we had chosen until they came back with a new batch of embryos that fit our DNA more. So we were like, well, hey, let's go with this because these fit our DNA more. And we pushed those embryos to the side. However, God had a different plan for us because we ended up with the original embryos that we chose anyway. But when I tell you my anxiety level was through the roof during my pregnancy, scared of not bonding, scared that I might have postpartum. There were just so many fears, and everybody goes through these fears, but it's on 1,000 when you're almost 50. You've already raised one child that you don't have a great relationship with. And now you're bringing a child into the world that you're nurturing and you're using your body to create. And you're scared that you're not going to bond. And I did have those fears. And they're natural fears and they're normal fears. But I love the way Sharonda and her stepdaughter's relationship is. They have a beautiful relationship. And that's the type of relationship I wish I could have had. And if all of you guys know, you know, I wanted a daughter, I wanted a daughter, I wanted a daughter. And I was scared about that too. When I found out that it was a boy, I'm like, oh Lord, am I going to be able to bond again? Because I had problems with the boy already. So it was like, okay, here we go with a boy again. God, what kind of lesson are you trying to teach me? What's going on here? What is it? And so I just had so many fears. And it was like 1-2 punches coming in each direction that I felt that they could come. But when I tell you, my sunshine, is the best gift God could have given me and Sydney. Not just me and Sydney. He's so loving. He's so caring. From day one, the day they pulled that baby out, the day they pulled him out, our bond was instant. It was instant. When I tell you, that child is everything. And our bond is, my mother even says it. And it's funny because you know me and her don't have the best relationship, or her and I should say. And I go there and she's like, that boy just looks for you. He is definitely a mama's boy. He is a mama's boy. Sorry to say it. He is a mama's boy. He follows me into the world. And it's so funny because even with Sydney, if Sydney's not home and he knows that she's about to come home, he goes to the front door. He's like, where's she at? Where's she at? Where's she at? The bond is so genuinely there. Like, it's something I can't explain. And I did a post on Sharonda's post, and I had just said that love makes everything. DNA out the window. Love is the deciding factor. If you truly love that child truly loves you, that's all that matters, because he doesn't know. He has no clue. I know. But some days, he's only 14 months old, y'all. I literally forget that he does not have my DNA. I see little things that he does that reminds me of me. He looks like my brother. There's so many little things that make me say, wait a minute, he's not mine. He doesn't come from my DNA, but he is mine. But I'm saying he doesn't come from my gene pool. He doesn't come from my family's gene pool, because his mannerisms, everything about him, and I know the epigenetics and all that, and get it, got it. Do I believe it? Absolutely, because I see it in my son. I see it in my son. I see it in his mannerisms. I see it in the way he moves. I see it in the things he does. My mom sees family members in him. I mean, there's so many things that make me go, that is my son. That is my son. That nobody can take from you, regardless of where the egg came from, where the sperm came from, where anything. Once you grow that baby in you, and once it's in there and once it's out, there's no, that's not my child. There's none. When I tell you Justice Blue Coleman, that's his name. He's my justice for all the years, 22 years of going through fertility treatments. He's blue because my name is Indigo and it's a shade of blue, so he's named after me a little bit. And Coleman because we're married and Coleman is the name, so he's Justice Blue Coleman. That little boy is everything. He is everything I hoped for, I dreamed for. He is everything. Set aside the mother-daughter relationship because that's great, that's wonderful. But what I have with my son can never be replaced. What I have with Justice can never be replaced. He is my world. And I wouldn't change it for anything. I would not change it. That little boy made me a mother. He definitely, not a mother, because I was a mother to my stepson. He made me a mommy. He made me a mom. That's what he did. He made me a mommy. And I am so grateful to him. And set your anxieties aside. Don't let your pregnancy be a ball of anxiety and anxiousness. Now, of course, in the beginning, it's going to be because you're making sure you don't miscarry and things like that. I was a ball of nerves literally to my 20th week. Honestly, ball of nerves. And I knew, okay, 22 weeks. Why? Literally, I was a ball of nerves. Got to the 14th week. Yes! It was like every milestone. We got to it. And I was so grateful. And then when he came out, I was 37 and 1 when he was born. And that day was everything. Was everything. And from that day, and I'm going to include pictures below, our bond was instant. Instantly up on me, instantly suckling, because he's a breastfed baby. Instantly connected. It went out the window that there was no DNA because it didn't matter at that point. At that point, all those fears and anxiety that I had didn't matter. It went out the window. All that mattered was he's here, he's healthy, he's ours, he's perfect. And that's it. All the rest of that is a non-issue because at the end of the day, it doesn't matter. That does not matter when it comes to the love that you have for that child and the love that child has for you. Because my son's love for me is unconditional. If you want to hear unconditional love, wait until it comes. Wait till that baby comes. That's the first time I ever felt. Now, Cindy loves me unconditionally. Don't get me wrong. But when my son was born, the feeling was like, I could breathe. I could breathe. My dream was here. I could breathe. And sometimes y'all just gotta breathe. Just take it slow it down, and just enjoy the process. Enjoy it. That's why I'm ready to do it again a second time, so I can enjoy the process, y'all. Because the first time, like I said, I was just a ball of nerves. And whatever happens the second time, it happens. But I'll be able to breathe. I'll be able to breathe. And I wish it was somebody that looked like me that could say the same thing when I was going through it. Just breathe. There you go. Just breathe. And I'm breathing, y'all. I'm breathing. And I'm loving the life that God has given me. I'm loving this whole journey. Most important, I'm loving my son. I'm loving my son. No, just take a step back and breathe. Just enjoy it. Enjoy the process. That's all I had to say today. Oh. For those of you who did donate to the GoFundMe, thank you very much. That was greatly appreciated. I'm so thank you. Grateful. Because as y'all know, that was a hard thing for me to do. So, I'm grateful for what you guys have done. So thank you. Guys, have a great rest of your day. It was amazing talking to you like it always is. And I just really had to get this off my chest and get this out there to you guys. So you guys have a great rest of your Monday. And be blessed. Bye. And check out Sharonda Usher's Facebook group. Like I said, it's Women of Color, Donor Egg, Embryo Recipient Warriors. And it's an amazing group. And it's an amazing group of women. And I think you really like it. All right. Bye.